What is going on, YouTube? It is the real Kevin Ellis. I'm back with number 3 out of 5. Got some things I want to share with you guys. Now, I consider these things that your drill sergeant won't want you to know about basic training, but really use your own discretion. These are some things that might be considered gray area, but they helped me out, and I wish I would have seen this video before I went. So that's why I'm making it. All right, guys, I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna make 2 more military-related videos before deployment, and whatever else I decide to make after that. But please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Now I'm gonna be talking about 10 things. Think about this like the secret menu item for basic training. All right, these are things that are gonna help you, maybe. Anyways, I'm gonna jump right into it. Sick hall. Sick hall is basically like the nurse when you're in elementary school and you get a boo-boo and you say, "Can I go to the nurse?" and they give you ice. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much what it is. It's the nurse of Army basic training. So if you get hurt or sick or anything like that, you got to go to get a shaving profile. It's all at sick hall. Now the tip here I want to give you is don't be afraid to go to sick hall. The thing is, a lot of drill sergeants will make it seem like, oh, you're weak and you're not going to make it, and you're going to get recycled. Recycled when you have to restart everything. But my pro tip to you would be, don't not go to sick hall because you're afraid of getting recycled. That was my problem. I wish that I wish I heard this before I went, because you're going to suffer through an injury that might get worse later on because you had too much pride or you were too afraid to tell the drill sergeants you were hurt. So, and I'm not saying go to sick hall if you get a paper cut, you know what I'm saying? But if you're really hurt, you need some ibuprofen because you rolled your ankle really bad, or you got you feel a pain in your chest, like, don't be afraid to go get seen by a doctor. So that's my first secret menu item. I guess that's to say, if you hear it from a drill sergeant or anybody who's been around, they're going to tell you, hey, don't go to sick hall, it's for the weak. But I'm telling you, if you're hurt or if you're afraid or you're nervous about something, go get checked out at sick hall. And if you get recycled, oh well, it's not going to be the end of the world. You know what I mean? Your health is more important than, an extra 2, 3, 4 weeks. All right. Number 2, and these are in no particular order. You guys know I'm a big foodie. So number 2, peanut butter jelly in the DFAC. Now, you're going to go to DFAC, but generally breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have the option to get a peanut butter jelly sandwich. The thing is, they put everything separate. So you're going to go, get your roast beef and carrots or whatever, and there's going to be 2 pieces of bread, and you're going to say, I don't really want any bread. You take the bread, even though it looks like it's just going to be dry bread, you move along the line, and there's peanut butter cups. Move along the line, and there's going to be some jelly. So I probably had at least 1 peanut butter jelly sandwich every day of basic training, Sometimes there wasn't jelly. You put bananas, maybe peanut butter only, but maybe there was only 1 piece of bread available, but you can get that peanut butter jelly fix if that's what you're into. So if you're anything like me, you're going to come to love those. And that's like a secret menu item, because you kind of have to know what you're looking for when you get there. Anyways, number 3, same on the topic of food, I'm going to say MRE exchange. So you're not supposed to trade your MREs, but there's certain things in the MREs. If you guys check a couple other videos, I got a couple different MRE unboxing videos, if you would. But so a lot of people don't like hot sauce. But if you get the beef taco mix that doesn't come with hot sauce, you might be able to get somebody's hot sauce and you put it in your taco and it enhances the meal. All right. Maybe you want another peanut butter jelly sandwich. You got jelly and cheese. You can trade, like I would trade my cheese packet for somebody's peanut butter packet. And now you got some bread. You might trade your crackers for somebody's jelly. Now you get yourself a little peanut butter jelly. So maybe I'll do another video about that, but you'll see what you like. After a couple weeks, you'll know what comes in an MRE. And in my opinion, the MRE exchanging of items, which a lot of times is kind of covert because you're not supposed to, But it makes the experience better. And I think the reason why they don't want you to is because people will fight and people will say, I didn't get that and this and that. Just be a man about it, or a woman, you know what I mean? Be straight up. And somebody says no, don't get mad. A lot of people didn't like the beef sticks. I love the beef sticks. Give me the beef sticks. Yeah, you can have my, candy that I'm not supposed to be eating. Anyways, I got one more quick tip about the MREs. This is actually number 4 though. Coffee. My last video, I said you're not allowed to have coffee. But here's the thing, and I'm sorry, drill sergeants. Especially if you're an older cat like me. I went in, I was 30, 31 years old. And I've already gotten used to drinking coffee every day. So a lot of these 17, 18-year-olds fresh out of high school don't drink coffee. I drink coffee, so without it, I'm like, ugh. But they have these little coffee packets. It looks like a little pack of Parmesan cheese, or like the red chili flakes you'll get from like a pizza takeout. But the little things of coffee beans. Now, I've heard some people put the coffee under their lip like dip. I tried it. It's a little extreme and it tastes terrible. But what I would do is I would collect up, I'll throw that away for you. Nobody drinks their coffee. Nobody uses it. I just go, can I get your coffee? Can I get your coffee? Let me grab that coffee. You get 4 or 5, little things of coffee, and you can put that in your canteen. You could put those in the, some of the MREs come with like a mocha mix. You could dump them in there with some water. And it's not Starbucks, but if you're looking for a coffee fix, that can be done. So be on the lookout for that. A lot of people want the gum that you're not supposed to chew anyways, but yeah, you can have my gum. I never wanted the gum, but I'll take that coffee. All right, so secret menu item number 4. I think I wrote 10, but I don't know if I'll get to 10. All right, moving on to number 5, Fire Guard. Now, Fire Guard is basically like, think about like a security guard. Like, everybody else is sleeping, but for 1 hour, everybody has to take turns. Basically, you're not going to have a weapon unless you're like on the forge or something, but you don't have a weapon, but you have to be in your uniform, and you're basically up and alert and making sure nothing's happening, right? Keeping everybody safe. AIT, they call it CQ, but you got to take turns doing that, and sometimes it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, somebody's got to do the 1 o'clock in the morning shift every night, right? If you're lucky, you get the 10 o'clock. If you're unlucky, you get the 2 o'clock, because that means you got to wake up for an hour, then try to go back to sleep for an hour, and then wake up for PT. So you can make money by doing other people's fire guard. Now, I remember the first 2-3 weeks, people want to sleep. Yeah, I'll do it for $20. I'll do it for $15. Whatever, be fair. I think $20 was like the going rate. I'll wake up, or the worst the shift, like if it's at 2 o'clock, I'm definitely taking 20. But if it's the 10 o'clock, maybe I'll do it for 10. You know what I mean? So you can make money doing other people's fire guard. And again, this is not something you're advertising to the drill sergeants. I'm pretty sure they know that it happens, right? Which brings me to my next point on the other side. Maybe you like your sleep. So the first half of basic, I made all the money. Second half of basic, I said, you know what? I'm never doing fire guard again. For $20, I can sleep in. The only thing you gotta be careful with is if you got somebody who's not trustworthy and they say, oh yeah, give me your money and I'll do your fire guard, and then they sleep through, and now the drill sergeants come and say, well, how come nobody's on fire guard? Who's supposed to be on fire guard? And they look at the list and it's you. It doesn't matter if you pay somebody $1,000 to do it. If your name's on the list, you're the one who's gonna you're on the hook for it. So, I guess that's like a pro tip. If you're gonna do fire guard for money, make sure you're on point with it. And if you're gonna sell it, make sure you get people who are trustworthy. All right, moving on. I think I know for a fact I talked about this in a couple other videos. By the way, if you're not subscribed, guys, I do make a lot of kind of military related content about basic training, about AIT, pre-deployment, and maybe after deployment, talk about post-deployment, whatever. But check out my videos, guys. There's a lot of information there, a lot of tips that I just wish because you know what? I used to watch videos like this before I went to basic, and that's why I'm making them, all right? So, but yeah, cough drops. Sugar-free cough drops are the only ones they allow. If you go to the PX, you can go ahead and rack up, or sometimes they'll say you can only get 5 or whatever. Get as many cough drops as you can, and you can have people send you cough drops. So when you're getting mail, Baby, can you go to CVS and give me some sugar-free cough drops? Yeah. Make sure they're sugar-free though. Oh, whatever flavor, baby, it don't matter. All right. Yeah. A week? Perfect, thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your people to send you some cough drops. And if you're watching this and you're a spouse or whatever, or a friend, mom, send that boy or girl some cough drops, sugar-free, and they'll be super happy for that. Because that's the only thing you're really able to have. You know, you can have water, you can't have gum, can't have candy, but you can have cough drops. All right. And my last one, oh, actually my last two, guys. I'm glad you made it this far. These the last two are the best two in my opinion. Now again, I'm not saying to be a shitbag like we call it, right? And I'm not saying to break the rules. But however, I'm gonna share. I'm not saying I did it. I'm not saying I didn't. I heard about it. I don't know. Supposing you got yourself a family, a mom, pregnant wife. I had a 5-month-old baby at home. I wanted to make some phone calls, but we lost our phones. We got in trouble. So you go to sick hall. If you happen to be at sick hall, and at Fort Jackson, again, I'm speaking for Fort Jackson. The AIT cats that are 42 alphas stay at Fort Jackson. A lot of them are in there at sick hall too, and they have their phones in AIT. Hey, can I talk to you for? Hey, do you think I can borrow your phone real quick to call my wife, man? Just say hi real quick. Yes. Say less. Thank you so much. Grab that phone. Blah blah blah. Hey, babe, I'm not supposed to be talking, but my man's let me use his phone real quick. Just wanted to call and say I love you. How you doing? How's the baby? Yeah. All right, I gotta run. I'll talk to you soon. Listen, that 15-second phone call, boy, let me tell you. And again, I'm not saying go to sick hall to try to grab a phone. That's sketchy, and that's not really living the Army values, right? But if you got a sprained ankle, or maybe you're a battle buddy for somebody who's got a sprained ankle, right? And you're at sick hall anyways, and you see somebody there chilling, looking like they got through basic, they're living their best life. Maybe their battle buddy just waiting for the bus at the bus stop, eating an MRE. Yo, do you think I can borrow your phone real quick so I can call my wife? I never had nobody tell me no. Or, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying I did that, but that's a secret menu item, all right? And now the best for last, because I want to let you know that on Sundays, you get to go to church. You get to go to church, and if you don't want to go to church, you can sit around the barracks and do your laundry and write your letters or whatever, which is great. But I'm imploring you to go to church. And this is why. And it's not just go to church, guys, because what I'm saying is you can go to Christian church, you can go to Catholic Mass, you can go to the Islamic, it's not a mosque, but you go to the Islamic church service. If you're Jewish, you can go, right? I don't care if you're an atheist. Take advantage of that church time, right? You're an atheist, go to the Christian service and get a cup of coffee and a donut and get away from the environment that you've been, voluntarily, you're getting smoked every day, man. Everybody's, you're going to sit around talking about what girl, I don't want to say what, I've said too much. Because it is fun when you don't go to church service. You sit around with the boys and you do what you do. But if you go to church, you can see something new. You can get a breath of fresh air, all right? And I guess the point I'm making here is, I don't care if you're Christian. You don't have to go to the Christian church. I don't care if you're an atheist, agnostic, Muslim, Jewish. You don't have to just go to the Catholic service because it says Catholic service on your dog tags, right? They ask you, but whatever, you want to go, maybe you want to go learn something about Islam. Go to Islam and get one of those donuts. You know what I mean? Maybe you just want to take the Jewish bus because it's going to come back an hour later. They have the Spanish one. You want to go and just hang out, with some different people. That's my secret menu item, all right? Don't feel like you need to be a devout Christian to go to the Christian service. Or don't feel like you need to be Muslim to get on the bus to go to Islam, okay? Figure out what's working. You want a donut? Go to the Jewish service. You want to take an hour extra long to come back? Go to the Spanish Mass, like whatever. So that's my pro tip number 10 is just take advantage of those times because you're not going to get to leave a lot. So if you get to step out for an hour, 2-3 hours, do it. It's like going on vacation. All right. That's all I got for this video, guys. I really, really do appreciate you being here. Sorry if I was all over the place. I get a little excited talking about the things that I like. And like I said, I wish I knew all this stuff when I went. Please hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one.